Thank you very much. I'm here with Apollo after Envy's first successful series win here in Spring. It seemed like you guys are off to a pretty rough start as far as your season goes, but how does it feel to have your first series win?
It's good. I mean, no complaints here. We worked hard this week, and I felt like we deserved this win. We played really well on stage.
I mean, I have to agree, but kind of what changed for you guys apart from maybe mentality, maybe practice? Do you guys just feel like you've gelled a bit more after the few weeks, or is there a significant meta change with Seraph playing more top lane, carry top lanes? Like, I'm curious what changed for the team kind of coming into week 3?
Our draft phase was better this week, but it really just had to do with us practicing because we didn't really get that much practice for week 2. Lyra had visa issues and he came in late, so we just needed a little more time, and I felt like we got a lot better.
And it feels like Lyra has really been warming up with the team. Do you feel like the synergies are significantly there? Because Lyra does feel like a big asset to your team. He's kind of been making plays.
He's obviously a really good player. I think it just had to do with like communicating and like pretty much him telling what he wants, like, you know, just kind of guiding us or like telling us what he wants to do. And it really helped a lot this week.
And I could kind of tell that it seemed like the teamwork was so much cleaner. I know it's difficult shot calling and calling plays when it's a mixed language team, but you guys seemed incredibly clean today against Team Liquid. How is that possible with a mixed language team, with an all English language bottom lane, to have just such a clean looking macro game?
I mean, honestly, it's mainly Lyra that has like trouble with English, but Ninja and Seraph are both, you know, really good at understanding and speaking English. So, I mean, I think it really, like, even though communication is a big part of some of our problems, but it really just has to do with us playing more together and then us, like, yeah, gelling more.
Didn't seem like it mattered at all today. Congratulations on the win. Good luck with the rest of the weekend. We are going to throw it back, though, to the analyst desk to wrap up the day.
Thank you very much, Pacey Time. Great interview, of course, as always. So let's talk about this match, because Team Envy, against most expectations, a convincing 2-0 victory over Liquid is a great result.
Yeah, and I think one of the big criticisms that I had of Envy and both Immortals is I actually really dislike their drafting phase. I think that they draft very poorly, but this was a really good draft from Envy. Yep. Both Game 1 and Game 2, I think that they played to their win conditions. They drafted what I would consider an appropriate core to have for your top laner to play a carry, and also to get away with a double marksman composition. Enough disengage, and you have a tank, and then you have mixed damage.
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting looking at Lyra, because you were commenting just when we were watching the game that Lyra's one of the first players to have started going fervor on Rek'Sai, went back to Courage this game because he's the only tank on the roster, needs to be a frontliner. So that adaptation, that's what Keystones are supposed to be about when they were designed in the first place, is sometimes you're going to switch things back and forth. Rek'Sai does have the ability to make these kinds of changes, and I think Lyra was smart to make that. I see a lot of players just never make adaptations, and so I got to give props to Lyra for doing so. But the whole team, I think, pitched in really well, especially Seraph's like split pushing the whole time.
Yeah, Seraph split pushing. I think we just saw today a series of what you do with a carry top laner, how you propel them forward, how you start winning a game off of that lane, and then what not to do. When in the Immortals series, you saw, hey, you know, he's pushing up, let's just leave him alone, let's not actually give him any attention. They gave Seraph enough attention to get the first turret guaranteed, to start pushing up, and then plays like this, where, you know, Ninja gets caught out, but it doesn't matter because Seraph got the turret. Mission accomplished at that point. He gets to the tier 2, and now you start having, I believe you talked about it before, proactivity on the map. Just try to do whatever you can to push up, to put pressure on the enemy team. And right here, Seraph, I actually think he's fine dying a 2v1 here. If Reignover's on the bottom side of the map, you get your team the Baron because they make a play on the opposite side just like that. And I think that is a reasonable choice that you would want to make to progress the game and accelerate the pace.
Yeah, say I'm going to pull attention. Go ahead and 3v1 me down here. Right, we're going to trade, you know, my life for Baron 100% of the time. Always worth it to do so.
I said it was a reasonable choice. I actually think it's the right choice.
I think it is the right choice as well. I think that is a choice you should make to be a good team, to say you either stop Baron and we kill your bottom, you know, entire team, or everything else. So yeah, I mean, a solid game overall. Player of the game honors, we're actually going to go ahead and give over to Ninja. A lot of that being that he was just so incredibly consistent. He did very well. Won his lane up 100 CS at one point by the end of the game. A lot of damage up, but overall, actually also ended up being a split pusher. And a lot of that is we took points away from Sarah for some frivolous deaths as well.
Yeah, whereas, you know, a little bit safer on that. Corki can get over walls and Valkyrie away, but I definitely think Ninja pitched in today and did a really good job in both games, which pulls a lot of eyes to his lane opponent, Golden Glue. There were already eyes on him saying, you know, okay, what's up with this guy? You know, they have Link on the bench. The criticism of Link versus Golden Glue is, oh, he's not as good in the laning phase. Well, Golden Glue's still going down about 100 CS. Yeah. It's like, how long is it until we start seeing that swap actually happen?
I know.
So that's the thing, is what we're looking at TL. It's like, okay, Reignover, he didn't get pinched today in terms of his champion pool, so that's not something we really have to
well.
Be like, all right, you know what? Reignover gets a little bit of a check mark and a pass for today. But Golden Glue, I mean,
I mean,
That's looking
he
rough.
was down on himself last week. He said, I'm sorry, guys, I played really badly. This time, you saw head in hands, just like, I feel bad for him. I like Golden Glue as a player, but he is not performing, and that sucks to see because I think Liquid need a consistent mid laner to leave the void that Phoenix had.
Yeah, but I also think, like, going back to Envy for a moment here,
Yeah.
is really good for them. Because
agree.
They know how to play around their carry top laner, and they know how to play that style. Ending on a positive note here, so we are
Of course.
down in the bog. But I definitely think, like, Envy, this is looking up for them, but they play C9 tomorrow.
Yeah.
Granted, this is a victory for Envy. Not 100% convinced, that they are a playoff team.
Sure. Yeah, they beat a now 1-4 team. I think you can convincingly call themselves at least 1-2, maybe even 1-0, based on how much you think about the roster change. Like week 1 game, you practically don't even count because it was with a bunch of subs. So we'll see. We'll see how
We count
high.
it, though.
We'll see what the limit is for Team Envy. I think they can definitely do good things if they keep playing this level. We'll see what happens. Let's take a look at these standings overall because, of course, they have shifted with today's matches. With their win, Phoenix 1 is alone, currently in second place, half a game behind Cloud9, and of course, Team Envy have brought Liquid down to their level. Both these squads now at 1-4, but you can see Envy getting closer and closer here. We'll be back tomorrow with another full day of LCS action. The coverage kicks off with TSM meeting up against heated rivals Counter Logic Gaming in the Battle Arena. After that, Liquid will hope to bounce back after their shaky loss, hoping to take down Echo Fox. Then on NA LCS 2, concurrently even FlyQuest go up against Team Dignitas, and Cloud9 loads in the Battle Theater against a rejuvenated Team Envy. And that is, of course, a very tough test for the team with their first win finally.
Yep, Envy, they can ride high running into tomorrow, but then, it's all business right there. Used to be 0-4 versus the 4-0 team. 1-4, it's going to look a little bit better, but how good is it?
How good is it? We're going to see in about 24 hours. So that's going to do it for us, for myself, the casters, Zyrene, the entire live broadcast crew, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you all tomorrow for more North American LCS. Good night.